Why do they see you as a threat?
Because I do things differently. Because I don't go by a rule book. Because I lead from the heart, not the head. And albeit that's got me into trouble in my work, I understand that.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage.
That Diana, Princess of Wales, has in fact been killed in that car accident.
You didn't believe she was dead?
Years. Many, many years. I just refused to accept that she was gone.
Diana was just a young teenager when she met that man that would change her life forever. Charles was the heir for the British throne, and he immediately fell for her.
I remember thinking what a very jolly and amusing and attractive 16-year-old she was, and having great fun, and bouncy and full of life and everything. And I don't know what you thought of me.
Pretty amazing.
Their wedding was a global event, and the whole world had their eyes on them.
I, Charles Philip Arthur George, take thee, Diana Frances, to my wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forth, for better, for worse.
Even though she was a princess and married to the heir of the throne, she was always very humble.
Old footage of her running in a school race at Prince Harry's School Sports Day back in 1991.
Diana met the patients at Britain's leading children's hospital. She's used to visiting hospitals, taking a special interest in the problems of the young.
The princess actively campaigned for a ban on landmines. She often met with victims who lost limbs as a result of one detonating.
But no one was used to seeing someone from the royal family behaving in such manners. So the media put horrible pressure on her, and her life turned into a nightmare.
Did you find it difficult to adapt?
I did, yes. Purely because there was so much attention on me when I first arrived on the scene. And I had so many people watching me, and the pressure was enormous.
But I was not aware of how overwhelming that attention would become, nor the extent to which it would affect both my public duties and my personal life in a manner that's been hard to bear.
Even the royal family didn't fully support Diana or try to protect her in the best way possible. Actually, they were a little bit bothered. She was also gaining massive popularities, and all eyes were on her.
Why do they see you as a threat?
Because I do things differently. Because I don't go by a rule book. Because I lead from the heart, not the head. And albeit that's got me into trouble in my work, I understand that. But someone's got to go out there and love people and show it.
And in addition to all she was going through, her husband, the future king, was not there for her. She eventually found out why. And the reason was he was seeing another woman.
Do you think Mrs. Parker Bowles was a factor in the breakdown of your marriage?
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
And when she found out that her husband was cheating on her, she decided to ask for divorce and break up from the royal family. Even though her husband denied all her accusations, they were not enough for her to stay. But after a few months, what happened to her shook the whole world.
That Diana, Princess of Wales, has in fact been killed in that car accident in Paris just a few hours.
Mourners line the street, numbering in the thousands. Diana touched the lives of so many in her 36 years, and people of all backgrounds take her loss heavily.
But the 2 that were affected the most were her kids, William and Harry.
You didn't believe she was dead?
For a long time. I just refused to accept that she was gone.
How long did you believe that?
Years. Many, many years.
Harry was aware that his mother faced injustice all her life, and that made him very upset.
She was the villain. She was the 3rd person in the marriage.
You and your brother directly asked your dad not to marry Camilla?
Yes.
Why?
We didn't think it was necessary.
So Harry followed his mother's steps and rebelled against the royal family. He married the woman that they advised him not to marry, and he gave up all his royal duties and privileges. He even lately published a book talking about very dark secrets of the royal family.
Available today, a lot of sensational leaks in the days coming up to this. I know that you yourself are a very private person for being a public figure. You're revealing a lot of things in here.
Biggest book of the year so far belongs to Prince Harry. Sold almost twice as many copies as Barack Obama's memoir on the first day.
How would your mom feel about your relationship?
I think she'd be sad. I think she'd be heartbroken.
Thanks for watching, and please follow us for more stories.